Huawei Mate 20X, the giant of giants, unboxing, first look and hands-on after my intro. Welcome everyone, I'm Zilla. I'm back with another video, and today I finally got my Huawei Mate 20X. That's right, the Mate 20X. It's not the Mate 2010, it's the Mate 20X. Let me give you some specs real quick. It's got an OLED or AMOLED screen, 7.2 inches, teardrop notch, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 250 gigs of built-in storage, which is expandable. It's dual SIM. Now, this is the Chinese model. I mean, on the XDA forums, a lot of people are not sure about certain things with this phone, the Chinese one. There is also a international ROM version, which is probably better for most people. I bought it from Wonder Mobile right here. I will leave a link to where I bought this from in the description, so use that link. Wonder Mobile, check it out for yourselves if you want. They have got very, very, very high customer rating on the internet. Independence. I've ordered a lot of phones from them. But as I said, I'll leave the link in the description below. Use that link. Right. Let me just show you quickly around this box. As you can see, this is a Chinese one. Simple, classic Mate 20X. Or Huawei packaging. If you can hear noise in the background, there's a lot of fireworks going on outside. I was going to wait for them to die down, but I just don't have the time. I'm also going to be unboxing the Huawei Watch GT in my next video, so you may want to hit the subscribe button and bell notification icon, because I'm going to have a lot of videos about this, I've already done a ton on the Mate 20 Pro as well. I know it's been about 2 minutes and I haven't even opened the box, so let's get to it. Ready? Dun, 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 dun. Look at that. You can see all that reflection from my filming camera. Alright, let's take this out. Whoa, look at that. This is it comes in a blue, and it also comes in a phantom silver, they call it, which got like a touch of lilac in it. But let's just see what else is in the box before we go any further. Right, here we go. SIM ejection tool. And I can't read Chinese, so I don't know what that says. You've got a clear TPU case, which is always a nice touch. I like when companies chuck those in. So it's a crystal clear. It's nothing major. I mean, it's a thin TPU case, but it's nice it's included in the box. So let's put that over there because I'll put it on. Now, because it is a Chinese phone, I have got the Chinese Supercharge brick. I think this one's 20 watts. I think the one with the Mate 20 Pro is 40 watts. I think this is 20, 25 watts, something like that. It says here 5 volts at 2 amps. 4.5 volts at 5 amps or 5 volts at 4.5 amps. So take that however you want to take it. So it is a fast charging brick, one of the fastest ones. Not the fastest, but one of the fastest. That kind of gives it away that this thing's got a 3.5mm headphone jack. These aren't particularly fantastic headphones, but they're free, so I'm not going to complain. You don't need a dongle either with this phone. And the USB-C charging cable. Quite a nice quality one. So let's get all this out of the way. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly set up my phone and then I'll come back to you. Actually, before I do that, let's peel the stickers. I know you guys love hearing the stickers peel, so listen. That's for all you crazy people who like the sound of that. Oh, and this has got a built-in screen protector. As you can see it around the notch. Let's peel the back one off. Look at that. I'll get rid of this horrible thing. Why don't they stick this to the plastic on the back instead of directly to the phone? Hate this. There you go. Oh my lord, now they've got another one hidden down here. Right, that's all off. Let me set this up and I'll be right back after this. I've set up the phone. Let's have a look around the physical phone itself first. Okay, then we'll get into it. 3.5mm headphone jack at the top with a mic next to it. An IR blaster, that's always a nice extra touch there. This is the second speaker up here. So it's not in the earpiece. It's not one of those speakers where it's the treble and a bit of the mids and the bottom one's all the bass and the volume. This is equal to the bottom speaker. Okay. This side, you've got the volume rocker, power button. Bring that a bit closer. You can see here, there's a little bit of texture on the power button. Some little ridges on it. And it's also got a hint of red along the edge along there, if you can see that. Now on the bottom, that's the secondary speaker there. Another microphone, USB-C charging port. Along this side, you've got your SIM card tray. Now this can take 2 SIMs or 1 SIM and one of the nano memory cards. I have bought one of those. It's in my Mate 20 Pro at the moment. So I will be doing a video about that. And look at the back of that. Now this has got the hyper optical finish on it, which is these grooves that are kind of cut into the glass. If you listen carefully, sounds a bit like a record. So this is basically to stop fingerprint showing. I mean, look at that. I mean, you will see some, but hardly, you know, it won't really show up. I mean, look at the color of that. Phantom silver. It's like a silver with a hint of lilac in it. Beautiful phone. You have got a physical fingerprint sensor on the back right here. You've got the exact same camera arrangement as the Mate 20 Pro. Let me bring that in real quick. There's my Mate 20 Pro. I mean, look at the size difference between them. And this has got a case on it. Mate 20 Pro versus the Mate 20X. Look at the size difference in it. That is huge. You know what? Let me bring in another massive phone. The Note 9. Let me bring that in. Just take the case off of it real quick. There we go. I mean, look at that. It dwarfs a Note 9. Can you imagine the size? Look at this thing's a behemoth. It is an absolute behemoth. Now, the fingerprint sensor on this is fast. So I'll show you. I'll go 3, 2, 1 and I'll turn the phone. 3, 2, 1. I'll do it again. 3, 2, 1. Instant. Face unlock is also very quick on this. So see all that reflection of stuff. You can see me reflected in it. Right, press the button. Instant. Instant. Super fast. There's that teardrop notch there. Let me go into this. I can't do it on here. Tell you what I'll do. Nope, it's all up. Let me bring it in close. You can just see this tiny teardrop notch. Earpiece for your phone calls is just there. That is just for phone calls. I said the secondary speakers on the top here. And it has got, as I said, a screen protector pre-applied. Now this is quite a flat screen, unlike the Mate 20 Pro. It's a little tiny bit, hardly any curvature on the edge there, but it is smooth the way it's blended in. It really is. This metal frame that runs around it, that's also silver with a hint of lilac purple in it too. So very, very nice looking device. Now, as I said, this is a Chinese version. If you want the one with the international ROM, you have to get a lesser spec version, which is 6 GB of RAM with 128 gigs of storage. Now, setting this up, what I found was the following. The Google Pay, it doesn't work for me. It might work for you, it just doesn't work for me. Picture in picture with YouTube, if I play a YouTube video and then come out of it, I cannot get the little rectangle that comes up with the video on top. I can't seem to get Netflix to work with HDR. I'm looking at trying to get around these things, but I have only just set it up. Launchers, now there's no way of me putting, I'll show you what I mean. Let me go into here, because I've been reading of people going, oh, it's easy. It's not. I know how to do it, how to set it at default launcher, but I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So I'm going to apps, default apps. There is nothing here to put as there's no option for a default launcher on here. I mean, as you can see, I've got Chrome as my default browser. There just isn't. So there is a kind of a way around it. It's let me show you the apps. Hold on. Let me show you the apps. You can download Nova Launcher and then download an app called, where is it? Twisted Home. Now, if you're going to Twisted Home, if I select this, I've now got Nova Launcher as my default launcher. I can go into it. Okay, there we go, sorry. So as you can see, I've tried it, it works. Come out of this. Come on, there we go. So you have got it on here, but it's really fiddly to get it on here, and there is one issue with it. To use Nova Launcher on here, I can't have the recent apps button set up, because as soon as I try and go into it, it'll work fine. If I switch the phone off and on, I have to go back in and put this back on as my default launcher. But if I go into Nova Launcher and I go into gestures and inputs, and I make one of these gestures like double tap, for example, if I set that as recent apps and then I double tap the screen, recent apps will come up. But then what happens is when you finish looking at those, it goes back to the Huawei launcher. So you can kind of have it as long as you don't want to look at recent apps. That's the one proviso I would say. So if I do this, see? Oh yeah, it won't refresh because of obvious reasons. Come out of that. I've got my Google Feeds set up like that. I've got this set up like this. Obviously, the Pixel type app tray. Come on, there we go. It's not lagging, it's just me being stupid behind the camera trying to work it. So you can have it, you just can't look at recent apps because it will cause issues. But other than that, everything works. It will work fine. So for example, if I double tap, I launch Google. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, come out of that. But you can see that there. Another thing, on here you got, let's go into here. Where is it? High voice. I hate high voice. It's all in Chinese. Why don't they give us an English version of it? I don't know. Probably because it's just for the Chinese market. I had to go into high voice, switch it off, take all its permissions away, because it's completely pointless for us unless we speak Chinese to use that. It's not heavily baked in, but it's there, okay? I already had an update on this, believe it or not, out of the box. It's now running. Actually, you know what? Let's go into it. Let me show you real quick. System, about phone, so you can see that. You can see that's a Chinese model, GPU Turbo, EMUI 9, Android 9, dual SIM. You can see all this stuff. 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs it comes with. It is a 1080p screen, but it's not a deal breaker, believe me. The 1st of October security patch. So this is running on 126. Now that is one advantage of using the Chinese versions of these phones. You get the updates a lot faster than any other region that has these phones, any Huawei phones. My Mate 20 Pro is still on build 122. This is the 126. So I would say, if you can live without looking at the recent apps and you want to use Nova Launcher, go for it. It's not a big problem for you. It did have a few niggly things, apps, bloatware, which I've deleted off. So you can see that here. Most of them are pretty much gone. There are some you cannot delete, like High Voice, but I'm waiting for Funky Huawei to be able to, so I can flash this with the international ROM. I might actually get this in the international version. I don't know, I'll see. But as you can see here, most of these are apps that I've installed. So I can probably take this one off, WPS Office, and install Windows on there. Because I know in XDA a lot of people are asking about the Chinese one. What's the downfalls? As I said, Netflix, I don't think it's got HDR at the moment. But again, I have to look into it further. I only just set the phone up. So, what are my first impressions of this device? I absolutely love this thing. This is, look at it, it's just a beast. This is one of those phones, if you're in a bar or in a club and you take this thing out, you plonk it on the table, everyone's going to stare at it and go, what the hell is that? Oh, see, I'm in XDA now. It's just a mad phone. Look at the screen size, it's huge. Absolutely huge. You know what? Let me try something. Give me a second. Let me try and bring up one of my videos. Huawei Mate 20 Pro versus Samsung Galaxy Note 9 versus iPhone XS Max. Performance comparison with some shocking results. This thing gets loud. I mean really loud. I don't know if you can hear me over this. Welcome everyone, I'm Zilla. Thank you for joining me in this comparison of the three current flagship smartphone Titan. There we go. You can see that tiny notch hardly affects it. You can see now the size of that screen. Look at the size of that. That thing is a mental phone. This is mental. If you like big phones, now I'm going to say it here, and I know it's early for me to call it, but I'm going to say it anyway. Okay, I'm going to say it anyway. I think this is the best phablet of 2018 without shadow of doubt. Remember, I've got to find where I put it. I've got an M Pen somewhere, which is Huawei's own digital pen. This works with that. I'm trying to find the gaming pad that goes over the end with a little joystick and whatever and the buttons on it. I cannot find it for love nor money, but I'm looking for it. So, first impressions, I love this thing. This thing is, I love the color as well. It's just different. And that hyper optic finish on it, really like that. Oh, another thing, I don't know if it will work with this. Yes, it does. So you can see that. See, when I pull, I can do these swipe gestures. That's the one advantage of not having the fingerprint sensor in the screen, but having it on the back, because you can actually use it for things. What the hell is this doing? It's recording something. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, guys, that's it. That was my unboxing. I'll give you a few little inside things. If you've got any questions, leave them down below in the comments. I'll make another video about this week, where I answer any questions you have about this. Remember, this thing's also got a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. It's got that pen support, dual SIM, 256 gig storage, expandable. List got 7.2 inch OLED screen, or AMOLED screen should I say. And this thing is, whoa. I'd say the best cameras on the market personally, because they're exactly the same as the Mate 20 Pro. And the build is lovely on this thing. Really, look at it. the back, you can see how the edges slope round, so it doesn't feel too big. It's quite a small form factor if you think about it. It's quite a small form factor when you consider how big the screen is. It's because it's virtually edge to edge. Anyway, that's enough, guys. I'm going to do the unboxing of the GT watch now. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what you think. Use the link down below if you want to buy it from Wonder Mobile. They've got the international ROM version as well. Share this video on all your social media. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon, because I've got a lot of videos coming up about this, about the watch. I've got more videos about the Mate 20 Pro. I've got the Xiaomi Mi Mix 3 coming in. I've got OnePlus 6T videos to do. More Nokia 7.1 videos to do. I've got the Oppo Find X to do. I've got so many, guys. Anyway, take care. Thank you for watching, and peace.